go a little bit longer. By the way, before this game starts, the other day, myself and Fluke were sitting and we comprised like a top 5 tier list of the carries in the game right now. Morphling was, we both agreed, at the very tippy top, right behind him, Terrorblade, right behind that Monkey, right behind that Bloodseeker. And then in 5th spot, it's sort of like a toss-up between like some TB, not TB, sorry, some Deucer, Alchemist, whatever. Just like whatever you need for the game. Naga, yeah. How do you feel? Is there any heroes you think we missed on that list?
No, I think that's pretty good across the board. Slark definitely can be up there as well.
Slark is, I'm not sure though. Slark feels so volatile right now, even more volatile than normal. Because that's always been a volatile hero. I don't know, but I guess I just haven't won a game. It really does nullify
a lot of the strong offlaners now, though, right? That's my big thing. You know, when it was like ranged offlaner meta, probably not so much the Slark. These days, though, it's basically exclusively melee. You know, the only way that we see like an exception to that is something like an Enigma, you know, which really doesn't come out all that much ever since the Wraith Pact got removed from the game.
Pure did play Enchantress, was it yesterday or the day before? No offlane?
I mean, that's only Pure that does that, though.
Yeah, that's true. By the way, I was having a discussion with one of my homies, and I was like, yo, had BetBoom just made this switch at the beginning, just Pure was always playing offlane from the carry role to begin with, why not? And then Nightfall was playing carry from the offlane. Why did this switch take so long?
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, they were doing it, like, they were doing fine in 2-1, right? They finished 7-0, if I'm remembering correctly.
They did. But then Lima came around and, yeah, wasn't so hot.
They were sick, apparently. So, who knows?
They were sick on the 3rd day. I was there, Daynog. I saw that I saw when they got sick, right? But they were trash before they were sick. While they were healthy, they were still playing terribly.
Okay.
Yeah. But they're not in this tournament right now. We're just focusing on some of these Chinese squads. We're focusing particularly on Ukyo and his water boy, the Morphling for this guy. It is, you know, everybody has that one hero that raises your overall skill level a tier, at least. For Ukyo, it feels like it raises like 2. Because normally I'm like, he's a pretty good carry, but when he's playing Morphling, oh, he's actually a tier 1 carry all of a sudden.
It's like me and my Winter Wyvern. No chance until I got it. Then just spam it to get that freaking MMR back. But no, I think this is going to be a fine enough game for him. And the thing is, it's not even just like it is the Timbersaw counter. Let's say Timbersaw stays completely hidden. Not that he's going to, but let's say he stays completely hidden towards the later stages of a lot of these team fights. You can still go into CXK on the Wind Ranger and do just fine. You know, it's universal hero, so I feel like all Morphling really wants is those stats to be able to survive through a lot of this burst that's coming through.
Morphling just getting off to a decent start. Speaking of starts, this mid lane, Chosen One versus Butterfly Effect. Game 1 obviously went very handedly in favor of Butterfly Effect on his Timbersaw. I think at some point he was doubling the CS, had like double the net worth as well. That's definitely not going to happen with the Timber versus Storm matchup. So how does Chosen One help his team on the back of a decent laning phase here?
I think it's just going to be putting lane pressure on, right? Like, because this is a completely different game for Limit, just because in addition to, again, the lanes being set up to be in a better spot for themselves, they've got 2 heroes that can actually look to take some of these ancient stacks in both the Timbersaw and the Sven. So I feel like you can really look to set up your supports to have a little bit of a better game off the back of that as well. So it's not like they're going to be falling behind for, like, no benefit to themselves, right? If they're spending time away, if they're spending time stacking, then at least they're going to be able to get that immediate impact out of it. We see the best teams really look to play around those synchronous timings, I guess you could say.
Down bottom, Ara in a bit of danger, had a blood grenade thrown at him as he ran out to kill the courier for Shusheng. Very nice move there. I will say Ara, has just been playing like a boss this series, dude. He's just a god. Shout out Hara. Like you said, when we were talking about like potential team we could make from this division, I think I'm coming around to your way of thinking. I initially put ZZQ, but that was mostly off the strength of the Enchantresses. But Hara's just been excellent on most of the heroes. Best on Spirit Breaker, yes, but in general, just very good.
He's got a damn good Shadow Demon as well. Like, I really look to... Like, his positioning always seems to be on point. He heavily prioritizes being able to make stacks while still keeping his core in a safe spot in the laning stage, so you're not, like, giving up a kill or all of the offlaner's resources while he goes to do it. I really rate him as one of these next big up and comers.
Rumors of the death of the Chinese scene definitely overrated, given some of the performances we've seen throughout the division. Still, though, very similar to Game
you are a
1.
little bit of a China fanboy. Are you going to be fanboying out a little bit when you see Somnus and Chalice and FY over in Bali?
Yo, dude, actually, I want to try not to. TZY gets his first blood down bottom. So check this out. Let me tell you a funny story, right? I got embarrassed by Effie in Lima because I saw Xiao right? And I was like, oh my God, that's actual Xiao right? And I've admired Xiao since like 2013.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, you should just go say hi. I'm like, no, we shouldn't do that. Then she's like, oh, then she just runs to him and says, hey, you see that guy over there? He's a big fan. Oh, shit. Now I have to go talk to Xiao Great guy.
What a horrible day for you.
Worst thing ever. I have to talk to one of my idols. Someone who I've been pouring over their entire lives for the last half decade, you know. Down bottom, TZY, he might not have a life anymore, but like you say, he's fine. Hara, dude, look at Hara taking out the tombstone as well, knowing that it's going to leave him on enough HP to still get back to the tower. Who is this guy?
He's a boss. He's a boss, that's for sure. No Xiao 8. He's no Xiao 8, but you know what? He's just starting his journey.
Hara 8. I can't wait.
Hara 9.
Hara 9? That sounds kind of cool. Hara 9. So, yet again, Danog will have a slow, lumbering game. And honestly, I do not blame these teams. I blame you, because every single game I've watched in China that involves you only has first blood at like 3 minutes, and the second kill comes at like 9. So this is on you, fam. Average time.
You know what? It was my birthday wish, and you can't say no to the birthday boy. So I'm just going to claim that one as they get another kill on this bottom side. I mean, this is due to the rotation down from Ponyo as well. Just really looking to utilize the twin gates as well. That's the thing that's really set iG.Vitality apart, right? Like, they are still 0-5 in terms of their series score, but they seem to they get a lot right in the game. It's just that the stuff that they get wrong is often like game losing. So, when you get 80% right, you're going to be able to still have decent games every now and then.
They sort of remind me of a lesser version of what we saw earlier, coming in from Team Disillusion. Early game, always.
Venge is still here.
From Disillusion, incredible. And he is still here. They came back with the Sven, but already down to half HP. Also play quite carefully here. However, they have enough damage to kill off Hara, and now with the power shot through onto TZY and a Stormhammer being thrown in, they might be able to kill off him, but very nice by Ponyo with the magic missile to interrupt the follow-up damage from the Sven.
And the wave is all the way up here, so
alive.
You could probably look to Ponyo to just start to build up a few of these stacks, right? Venge, one of the better heroes at being able to do it just off the back of the Wave of Terror. He's also going to be safeguarding the Wisdom Root as much as possible. He'll have a look at the Undying walking up into him. Oh, look at that. Even just getting the Ancients to do his dirty work for him.
Yeah, there's no way Undying gets this. He's actually going to die, potentially. There will be a quick grab on the Wisdom Rune. Ponyo will indeed die because CXK rotated in, but worth, like you say. Experience right now for these supports, very hard to come by unless you're getting the Wisdom Runes or provisioning stacks for your team.
Surprise, surprise as well. I mean, if the Mars is left solo against the Morphling is just like, all right, I'll be looking to get all of this farm for myself. Thank you very much. He's on a Morbid Mars queued up next, so really nothing that... I mean, he just wants to be playing solo as much as possible, get all of those stats, and, well, this is the thing that I was also wondering, like, against the Storm Spirit, of course, you're a ranged hero. You're going to have a better time in the lane than the Void Spirit did. You've also got the potential with a Static Remnant that when Timber reaches the scary timings, you can go back into the jungle and just use that to be able to recover some of your farm. And also, outside of this Wind Ranger, you don't have the greatest heroes that are going to be able to make some of those rotations towards the mid lane to be able to secure a kill onto the Storm Spirit, especially now that Storm is level 7, nearly level 8. So he can always just look to get away from a lot of these attempts.
Somewhere in the world right now, Sumail is watching this game, salivating, being like, man, I wish this was me. Feels like a great game to be Storm. Down bottom, they're going to be able to kill off CXK on this Wind Ranger. TZY runs him down. Went for the Vanguard Crimson route, feeling very tanky, and Chosen One rotated in here. The one great thing about what's been happening in favor of Limit Gaming is that, yes, they've been losing quite a few heroes. But because TZY is going for this more Crimson utility build, he's not going to be like muscling through these towers. So their real estate is being kept quite handedly so far, at the very least, from Limit Gaming.
Yeah, and again, we were talking about how he's even pumping the God Strength to quickly burst through this creep wave, maybe get a couple of hits in onto the tower. But because of how quick TZY was able to get out of there, he's able to still just mop up a lot of these creeps right next to the Tier 1 tower. So it's also going to allow Chosen One as well as A to be able to just go back and, again, take a bunch of these stacks. TZY is doing a good job of just yoinking them away, making sure that the Sven isn't looking to scale as quickly as he would like to. Really just see the comfort that TZY has on this Beastmaster. This is why they're first phasing it, right? Like, he's been a stand-in... they've used stand-ins instead of him for a reason, but if you could just give him his best hero, like he clearly delivered in that last series, and he's already 3-0 to start this one.
Oh, I see the strat, Danog. I see the strat. You play with stand-ins, so everyone gets used to different offlaners, and then he just comes back. They're not used to playing against Beastmaster anymore.
Can they turn around
Said
here?
Beast, though, might end up dead with a chakram on top of him, a shackle shot, and a very easy kill. They do get some quick revenge onto CXK at the very least. Hara and the crew, they want more out of this, though. They're lifting back on this Undying. However, he's a very difficult customer, especially fighting around the Tombstone.
Yeah,
With only these two heroes being around, they gotta run away.
Yeah. Storm's going to see that tasty regen rune mid and be like, sorry, boys, I can't do anything else here. I just got to go back to farming. No other reason.
Uh-oh. He's not gonna get there in time. Too late. Wind Ranger's there first. Feels bad.
I mean, there was a really nice shackle coming
it.
through from CXK as well. It was right as the Beastmaster was actually winding up for the Primal Roar, so maybe with that little bit of extra layer of lockdown, the Sven wouldn't have had the damage to be able to take him out. The Storm Spirit gets time to be able to come in. You continue fighting away from the Tombstone, so it's all on the back of CXK being able to find that side engagement, you know, come through from the flanks.
Down bottom. Undying gonna be taking quite a lot of damage. Shusheng does not have a Tombstone to drop this time around. Having already expended it in the prior fight, will end up dead. This is a good move for iG.Vitality to make, because this comes at the same time as a Siege Dragon is in tow. This should guarantee a Tier 1 tower falling. And this is, whenever I see Beastmaster teams, this is the Hawk I like to see. Right over this tree right here, making sure you cover all three angles of potential TP locations. You literally cannot get rotated into here anymore.
It's a really nice one, right? And, I mean, just the recognition of, well, they don't have Tombstone, they don't have Flesh Golem, there's nothing that they can really do to be able to stop this eventual push. So even though TZY still is going for this build that we were talking about, you know, the full Crimson Guard before he looks to build up into any damage of his own, it's really just about taking away areas of the map for Limit Gaming to be able to play around with. And, you know, this is just objective number one.
Yep. Objective one. Game is still going, but Limit Gaming, they still have options for themselves as well. Trying to utilize the Tombstone in tandem with the Siege Dragon to at least get the Tier 1 tower middle into dealable territory, but they might end up losing lives for this. Butterfly Effect and Ponyo, they have so much magic damage right now, and it only has level 2 reactive armor. Chosen One is dead. Leng Miao comes in with a nice little arena, but the swap will be there from Ponyo, ensuring that there's not going to be an easy kill. That being said, though, Butterfly Effect has run out of mana. Dies right in front of a shield rune. Good shackle shot from CXK, but the coordination from the rest of the squad isn't there. Although they don't end up demolishing the fight and they still lose Chosen One, they get two big heroes, and it's might be leading into a Tier 1 tower as well here, Dino.
Possibly. I mean, Storm Spirit still has that TP available. I wonder if Ponyo is just trying to keep them pushed away, and it seems like that is the case with TZY even joining in, using the Roar to be able to take out this Undying. Flesh Golem only has a couple of seconds left on it. Will he could be able to get a kill? He will.
Nicely done. Can they escape out of this, though? Shusheng trying to juke away from Butterfly Effect, but the Storm Spirit, like you mentioned, back again. Full stick of mana available. Zip and kill. Nonetheless, though, you force them to be playing on the other side of the map. The Tier 1 tower, it's going to take a lot of damage, but I don't think it dies just yet, simply from these heroes. Overall, the game state, yes, you're still a little bit behind as Limit Gaming, but this is probably the most successful 90 seconds they've had thus far.
It is. And I mean, what I was about to say before that fight even breaks out is that, you know who we haven't mentioned in a while? Ukyo on the Morphling. He is 0-0-0, just completely free farming on this top side of the map. This is the start that a Morphling wants. Losing none of your towers, 13.5 minutes in, not a single death, and Undying's just going to die here. Doesn't have the Flesh Golem, just the 1 point in the Tombstone, so really not worth using it.
What's up with you, fam? Why are you bringing the Costa's Curse? You said he's 0-0-0. Now all of a sudden, he's going to be 1-0-1. It might even get worse because Ukyo trying to chase the Chosen One. You mentioned in the draft that this is the hardest counter against the Timber Soul. Chosen One realizes it, sticks away from the fight. And Ukyo no longer playing the perfect Morphling game, now actually has gotten involved in getting some kills on the map.
How dare he? How dare he want to be part of the team fight? I mean, to be fair, they were the ones that did it. They responded to him. As Cho looking to try and continue to be active, but this is against a Storm Spirit.
Oh my god, if Storm had a little bit more mana, that would have been a dead Timber Soul. But not the case. Chosen One able to play the edges of that engagement, get himself away. Sadly though, Tier 1 tower top still did end up falling. Ukyo is still playing very freely. Look what he's farming here, Dnog. He's just taking over Radiant Triangle. And I've noticed this whenever Dire teams are winning super hard, it's so much easier for them to invade the triangle and just ensure that there's one less stack of Ancients available for the Radiant lineup.
Pretty much. I mean, I wonder if he even wants to just stick around in this area or if he's even just going to stay around just long enough to be able to like body block up that Ancient stack. I'd look to bait out a few things as this smoke does come through. Parva's going to get layered out, but obviously that's not going to be enough to be able to protect him. As, well, the stack did end up getting built up by the Morphling, so even with Butterfly Effect taking this one, it's a little bit of passive gold coming from Morph.
By the way, Dnog, what do you think is the actual correct pronunciation of this item? Is it Pavis? Is it Pavis? Is it...
I don't know, actually. I say Pavis.
I have no idea. I know you say Pavis, yeah. I know some people say Pavis. I say Pavis sometimes.
I think Pavis is fine. Pavis, they're just trying to sound a bit bougie, I think.
I mean, you know, TI winnings are going to be less now. We have to be bougie in other ways.
True.
Not going to be building up all the millionaires in the world.
That sounds like someone that isn't going to be able to spend money on the Battle Pass. I know there's not going to be as many hats, but they still said that there would be something. Never underestimate the whale snare.
Never underestimate the whales. You know, I boycotted. What is actually really funny is that, like, I decided to boycott the Battle Pass last year, and that was the first year I get hired for TI. It was so funny. Nice, find it. They're too far. It's too many TPs. I say this, but he actually went back up, eh? Okay, cool. He's dead.
Extra helps it out. So you boycott the Battle Pass is the first one that you get invited to.
Yeah. As Xusheng dies, I boycott the one Battle Pass, and that's the year I get invited to TI. So my rationale is that I've spent so much money on Battle Passes. In future, I must spend less. And the less money I spend, the higher the odds of me being invited to TI. There we go.
That's cope. That's cope right there. I mean, it worked out clearly for you last time around, but...
Yeah. If there's no Battle Pass this year, that means I'm doing the main event finals, bro. Clearly.
True. See you later, Odeon Fog.
Well, I can't replace Odeon Fog. See you later, Neil, Tsunami, or Shiva. Peace out, y'all. I'm taking your job. As Chosen One, they're going to be taking his life right now. They're jumping on top of him. Ponyo finishes him off with the magic missile. And they might catch Leng Niao as well. They don't have that much mana remaining on Butterfly Effect. So can't make the full jump happen. They do get the swap though from Ponyo. Beautiful play coming in from him, and Leng Niao will end up dead. What a place to be playing this game right now. Everything coming in clutch for this Dire lineup. They also get the bonus kill onto the Undying inside the triangle because TZY has just made this his home. Man, iG.Vitality is taking over the whole map right now.
They are indeed. And I know you said you can't replace Odeon Fogged, but all right, stick with me here. What about a tri-cast situation where South African star Castaway is able to still make his way through that Div 2. They get top 2 in the C region. They qualify through the regional qualifiers to TI, and they have the dream run all the way to the grand finals. And they're like, you know what? You want a tri-cast? You want a tri-cast as part of your boy being able to make it? First South African ever to be playing at TI?
So what you're saying to me is that I'm going to be casting the TI 30 grand finals. I'm ready.
Absolutely.
As much as I want Castaway, I wish them the best, but Neon are not there just yet, sadly. Not just yet. What can we do?
Where's the
You know who's also not there just yet? Sven.
Limit? Yeah.
Nah. You know,
Oh, he's got
I
Blink,
remember
but
at TI.
cancelled.
Nice dead. Yep. Ukyo's gonna take his form. They're gonna stun him up. Panyo's nearby as well. They just finish him off. And I remember at TI, right? Fluke was like, he said that Sven is the president of the One More Item fan club. And definitely we're feeling that in this game. As we lose an undying middle.
I feel like he says that about a lot of carries. He says that about Terrorblade as well.
But it's mostly true of Sven. It's the most true of Sven.
Yeah. You want your BKB, you want your Blink Dagger, you want your damage output through, like, Daedalus or Silver Edge or something like that. I agree. That was why
So far,
the Aghanim Scepter Sven meta was so obnoxious that he didn't actually need those many items because just gave you everything in one.
Yep. Also, the hero that we tried our best not to talk about too much, Ukyo Morphling. The reason we didn't want to talk about him too much, because I'm pretty sure both of us were aware that once we start, it's just going to be a massive enthusiasm fashion. Look at him, man. 20 minutes in, Skadi is coming soon, has the full Manta.
That's not
Tier 3
Skadi.
tower already
That's
gone.
Ags. That's Ags against a
Is he
Timbersaw.
going straight Ags?
Why not?
What a
It's
bastard.
amazing
Yeah, let's
against
go,
Timbersaw,
bro.
man. You just, like,
Let's go.
He's only got 2 points reactive armor, I guess. But, you're still able to still get that full explosion off from the Timbersaw. And he's almost reached it at the perfect timing as well, right? Level 15 is coming. He's going to get that extra 16 seconds on the duration, get a little bit more mobility off the back of the Timber Chain. Of course, he's got the waveform. Another free kill about to come. And look at when they make this movement down towards the bottom side. They're probably going to push this wave in one more time, and they're pinging out what I'm talking about. Roshan, he's making a way down towards his summer home. He's going to be able to just sit there and get claimed away. They might not even do it. They might be like, you know what, screw it. We've got our level 15.
Yeah.
We've got our Ags on the Morphling. Let's just go.
Not just Ags on Morphling, Ags on Beastmaster as well. So they are really, really strong. And also Ukyo, not only is the Ags great into Timber, but amazing into the Wind Ranger if needed. As they just quickly burst away Leng Miao's Mars. Well, many amazing things in this game, but Mars is not one of them. Will be able to jump onto Ukyo, immediately finding himself chain disabled and killed off. He doesn't have buyback. I think the game is over.
Yep.
Tombstone is dropped down.
Morph
They
is up in
immediately
1,
remove it.
2.
Morph comes in
No, he got the Wind
again,
Ranger.
waveform forward with the power shot, steals the Wind Ranger form. Now he has Ags Wind Run and the power shot to secure himself a triple.
I guess it's okay, but it's a support. She doesn't have that many stats on her at this point in time, and it's not that Timbersaw. But you know what? The Timber wouldn't have allowed him to get that kill inside the base. So you know what? I'm going to allow it this time around, Ukyo. But now that they've taken 2 lanes, they could look to yoink away that Wisdom Root if they really wanted to. Wonder if they even just go for the throne, and they don't even need to. Limit Gaming are going to call GG, and they're going to call an end to themselves in Division 2, because with that, they are relegated. 0-6 series score for them.
Oof.